Welcome again to Musical TV. I've been to see Grease, which was produced at Eaton School as their annual show, and it was absolutely wonderful, I have to say. It was wonderful for so many reasons, really. The cast itself of youngsters ranging from 11 to 18 really performed at their very best. The singing was great, the dancing was great, and the production was wonderful as well. I've never seen Grease before. I don't think I've even seen the film version, apart from clips. I remember John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John, but I really enjoyed it. I had some reports from the London version of Grease that said that the story and the actual show itself wasn't actually very good, but I don't agree with that at all. It was funny in places. The music is absolutely fabulous, and the dancing is good too, and it has a moral to it as well. So I really enjoyed it. Looking at the cast list I've got here, Sandy was played by Hattie Kemish, and Marty by Nicole Hudson, Jan Evie Adams, and Miss Lynch by Tertia Meakin. It wasn't a large cast, but it was the sort of show, it's an ensemble piece, but it's the sort of show where everybody gelled together. Evie Elliott played Rizzo, and Frenchie was Sophie Bentley. Patty Rebecca Cox, who at one point had a rather a nasty incident where she was slapped around the face. I believe that from some inside sources that the original idea was to do a stage smack, where they do that, but it actually turned out to be quite a hard smack, particularly on the last night when I was there on the Friday night. But Rebecca coped with it very well indeed. Emma Foley played Cha-Cha. That was the girls' side of things. Apart from there was a radio voice by Bethany Bramley. Excuse me, looking at the programme, but I can't recall all these names. As far as the boys were concerned, Danny was played by Jack Winfield, who was absolutely excellent. Kaniki Lewis Haycock, Roger Jacob Smith, Teen Angel was Bradley Lewis, Johnny Casino, Mickey Broadhead, Vince Fontaine by Joe Taylor. Sonny was Liam Dexter, and Doody was Zach Charlesworth. I have no idea who he is. And Eugene was splendidly played by a youngster called Joe Hilton, whose programme notes here says it was his first contribution to the performing arts, and he was very good, and he was very funny as well. Also in the chorus was Katie Breakwell, Lauren Dalrymple, Talia Hutchinson, Madeline Binding, Sonali Dave, Abby Kilford, Emma Dalrymple, Jodie Doherty, and Ellie Simmons. And there were 6 dancers who did really well too. Shanice Billings, Cara Verney, Kirsty Hammond, Rosie Verney, Justine Moore, and Kate Williams. All very, very good. I know I keep saying they were all very good, but they were all very, very good. And the show itself was very enjoyable. It was summed up for me, I think, in the final song of the show, which takes place inside a burger palace. And what really impressed me was the smiles on the faces of the actors. And I said afterwards, one of the things that's very important about musical theatre is the confidence to be on the stage and not to be looking at your feet all the time to see where you should be putting them. Once you've got the steps right, then it's of course quite easier to start putting the expression in. And on their faces in that very last song, smiles were very evident. They were enjoying themselves, not because the characters were enjoying themselves just, although they were, but because they were enjoying themselves too. And I mustn't forget to mention the band, made up almost entirely by students. There were a couple of older people in it, but it was a very, very good band indeed, very good. And they were not at the front, they were at the sides, so they came on at the end. And at the end, being the last night, the production team came onto stage. And there were so many of them, but I just mentioned the musical team of Miss Adidiran. If I've said that right, I do apologise if I haven't. Mr. North, Miss Clark, Miss Wright, Mrs. Freer, Mrs. Winning. There was people who made the set, of course, Mr. Boltby and Mr. Cox. Mr. Ludlow, Mr. Woodward did set design and painting, and there were props provided by Mrs. Price, Mrs. Stevens, Emma Dalrymple, Sonneely Dave and Miriam Thompson, and it was all administered by Miss Price, but there were other people as well involved, and I do apologise if I've mispronounced any of the names, because I'm not I don't know them all, but they all did really well. So well done to Long Eaton School yet again. Footloose was their show last year, and that was pretty good. This, I think, was better, and we wait to see what they will produce next year. I don't think they know yet, but it was well worth seeing, and it was fully booked for all 3 nights, which is excellent. So that's the latest review from me at Musical TV, and I'll be back again to talk to you the not too distant future, I am sure. So from me, David Allen, goodbye.